What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. And you can see by the thumbnail, an excellent thumbnail at that. I'm very proud of my work there. In today's video, we are going to be ranking every single Dagestani fighter in the UFC on a tier list. I've got 6 tiers. We've got Kings of the Cliffs, Princes of the Cliffs, Exiled from the Cliffs, Cliff Barons, the brother brothers, and then the peasants down the bottom. We got, I think, like 22 fighters, I believe, something like that. All the Dagestanis I could find, look, some of them aren't Dagestani, but, you know, they've got a fucking chin strap beard, so it's good enough for me. They all look the same anyway. They're all fucking inbred, so who cares? Yeah. Let's get into the video. I already know there's going to be some comments hating. You're just hating, man. You just hate the Dagestanis because they beat your favorite fighters. Yes, that's the case. Thank you for pointing that out. I've said it multiple times. Anyway, let's get into the video. I'm no longer sick anymore. I finally stopped fucking having the immune system of Mzar Chimaev. So yeah, let's get started. First up, King of the Cliffs. He's probably the King of the Cliffs. To be honest, it's Khabib Nurmagomedov, the Eagle, 29-0, although 16 of those wins mean nothing at all. They're against fucking 1-7 plumbers. Their combined records is literally like 3 times more losses than wins, I'm pretty sure. That might be being generous. But, okay, I won't discredit the UFC portion of his career. He's an extremely good fighter, one of the lightweight GOAT. Arguably, Islam is the lightweight GOAT, but regardless, amongst most of the fans, he's the lightweight GOAT, probably top 10 on everyone's GOAT list, mostly top 5 on most of the casuals. 3 title defenses, beat the likes of RDA, Barboza, Gaethje, McGregor, Poirier. Some very good wins, Michael Johnson as well, of course. But anyway, yeah, Khabib, this doesn't require much explanation. He retired from the sport. He was the OG of the Cliff Dwellers, the OG of the inbreds, and now he is retired and he is coaching more of the inbreds to become world champions. So yeah, we dread the future where Khabib's coached fucking fighters from every division to a world title. We're going to start seeing female Dagestanis pop up, or just like dudes that transition to women just so they can take over every... Brother, this is father's plan. We take over every division. Doesn't matters have to cut off cock. We will take over strawweight division, I promise. This is father's plan. Inshallah. Khabib Nurmagomedov, yeah, he's up the top. Let's move on, though, to the next fighter. Next up, a new induction into the Princes of the Cliffs tier, or Prince of the Cliffs tier, Umar Manov. Obviously, previously, I would have said he'd probably be in the brothers or the Cliff Barons. I'll elaborate on those 2 tiers and kind of differentiate them when we get there. But no, Umar, there probably should be like a middle tier that's not exiled from the Cliffs, because I was going to just have a different tier, but then I was like, no, I need to make one for the people that like aren't really Dagestani, or they are Dagestani, but they left. Like, that's what I need a tier for. But Umar, very good win over Corey Sandhagen. Probably, I mean, you could say PDR definitely looked more impressive in terms of like the actual skill that he displayed. But Umar won more rounds, I guess. Umar had 2 50-45s and a 49-46, or maybe 2 49-46s, but I'm pretty sure PDR Sandhagen was 48-47 from memory, and Sandhagen was a lot more competitive in the early rounds against Jan than he was against Umar. Umar's grappling looked great. His striking looked like a lot better than I expected. It's weird, though, because he didn't look like an incredible striker throughout any of the entire fight, but he just beat Corey Sandhagen comfortably. So he did a really good job at shutting down Corey's offense, which was impressive. Good movement, good defense. So yeah, Umar, very impressive. Definitely, he's one of the undefeated Nurmagomedovs. They show that graphic of like Khabib, Usman, and then Umar Nurmagomedov. They're like combined 64-0 or some shit like that. Obviously, we know half of those. I just coughed. Half of those wins, are all against bums, but regardless, still very impressive statistic. They just forget, so they just leave out the Nurmagomedovs that, they leave out the ones that have losses just because that, you know, but you disappoint us. That makes our record look bad, but we leave you out. And I'll talk about one of them later on. But yeah, Umar, very good fighter. Up on the upper bantamweight, probably going to fucking win the belt in his next fight. And yeah, we're going to have another one of these fucks running the sport. Anyway, let's move on. I know you can... I already know I'm going to get 27 comments saying, "Cope, man. These Dagestanis are really talented, bro. You're just hating, man." I'm like, yeah. No, I mean, like, I don't even hate them. It's just like, bro, fuck off, honestly. Like, can you all, like, just exist in one division at least? You don't have to fucking disperse yourselves amongst the sport. Like, chill. Anyway, let's move on to another fighter. Next up, Muhammad Makhachev, exiled from the Cliffs. He's been exiled from the fucking UFC recently, but this little midget got exiled from the Cliffs. He went to fucking England. Bro fled Dagestan. You know, one of his goats wasn't too happy with him. He's like, Brother, this guy has bad attitude, brother. He's caused many problems for us. We have to kick him out. This entire video is just going to be a bunch of shitty Dagestani impressions, by the way, so stay tuned. But Makhachev, he left. He doesn't train with the Khabib team, obviously. I feel like they would find him really fucking annoying, because most of the Khabib team, they don't spend all their time on social media yapping and stuff. I mean, Hamzat does a bit, but we'll talk about Hamzat in a bit. He doesn't train with them either. But yeah, like, most of them, it's Ali Abdelaziz just yapping for them, but like, Makhachev's just on social media being a cunt, he's not about that, but we humble, I fight for legacy, not money. Like, Makhachev's not on that arc, although he is offering to fight for free, which is hilarious. If you guys saw that fucking video of him saying, like, please sign me back, I'll fight for free, I want to prove myself again, looks like he's straight out the scene of a fucking porno or some shit off the casting couch or something. Like, that's just the first thing I thought of when I saw that. Maybe that's just me, but someone else tell me, go look up that interview, it's on MMA Junkie, and tell me that doesn't look like the shit out of a porno. Like, I'm sorry, that's just where my mind went. Maybe I'm cooked. I need to get my mind out the gutter. I need to go back to training, brother. You need to lock in. But, yeah, Makhachev, it's wraps for you. You're going to go off to fucking one championship and fight, like, Adriano Moraes, because they don't have a flyweight division, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, or maybe that's PFL. Regardless, let's move on to the next fighter. Next up, we got Zabit Magomedov. I don't even think this dude's Dagestani, but he's got a fucking chin-strap beard and he looks inbred, so it's good enough for me. He's probably just normal Russian, but he's got the brown, like, the dark beard. So, yeah, he's not the Pavlovich Volkov type, I know that. Maybe he's got something, he's like, I don't think he's Chechen or anything, but he's probably one of them ones, like those Aliyah Latifi types or some shit. I don't even know where he's from. But he looks similar to them. Fuck it. I'm saying he's one of the Cliff Barons. Now, if you don't know what a Baron is, I don't know either. I looked it up before this. Apparently, it was like someone who would serve the royal family. So he's serving the Khabibs of the world, the Khabibs of the Cliffs, I should say. He's still a highly respected member. He's still... is over the brothers and the peasants. He still commands them and stuff, but he does, as is commands by the royal family. So that's like the princes and then the kings, you know what I'm saying? This is like partially on skill and then partially on like where I think they stand amongst the Cliffs. Maybe because he's a little bit bigger, he's one of the light heavyweights, one of the big boys. He's like a henchman type, you know, but I don't think he's like, I think he probably bosses some people around on the Cliffs, you know. He gets the goats back in line, but I don't think he's, like, making any decisions, if you know what I'm saying. Let's move on to what am I talking about? What are you talking about? Fucking smash this and smash that. Or smash my knee into his fucking eye socket, yeah? Best believe that. Anyway, let's move on to the next fighter. Look, Gaziev arguably should be, exiled from the Cliffs, because he lives in Bahrain, I'm pretty sure. He trains out of Bahrain. But I think he trained in Dagestan a little bit more, maybe. Maybe I'm completely wrong. So maybe he should be an exiled, but I think he's one of the brothers. He's one of, like, just the big dudes that kind of sits around, lumboing around, eating the food, just kind of making chit-chat. He's not like a peasant, like, he's not working the fields. Gaziev's not doing any fucking physical labor, I can tell you that much. But yeah, I feel like he's, like, herding the sheep, maybe, something like that. He's kind of sitting around at the campfire, sitting around in the caves, just having a chat. You know, brother, you have to smash this guy, but steal my burger. Like, steal my Coca-Cola with ice. That's the Shamil Gaziev special. The meal deal special. But let's move on, though, to another fighter. Now we got one of the peasants, Abubakar Nurmagomedov. Brother, this guy is embarrassment. I not count him in this family. You already know Abubakar Nurmagomedov takes a fucking split decision loss in the Apex and comes back to the Cliffs, and then it's like, Abubakar, go field sheep, go herd sheep, brother, go pick grain, like, go harvest corn, brother. Like, you already know this dude is not getting in, he's not sitting at the table, bro, he's sitting on a fucking wooden stump in the cave, just to the side of the room. He's looking out, making sure no one else comes in. Like, he's not sitting at the table, he is the peasant, he is getting told what to do. He's the fucking embarrassment of the Dagestani family. To share the, like, brother, you change your name, you're not Nurmagomedov, you embarrassment. We call you just Abubakar. You're not Nurmagomedov. You embarrass the family name. This is not father's plan. We meant to have guy take over welterweight division. You failed mission, brother. Anyway, let's move on to the next fighter. Next up, back to the top of the list. Brother, I tell you, father's plan. This guy eaty, trainy, sleepy. DC, big fat guy, brother. You don't play golf. Golf don't burn 0 calories, brother. You don't walk, you just buy car. Islam Makhachev. I actually like Islam, bro. He's a funny guy. I've come around to Islam. Look, originally when he beat Oliveira, I was like, fuck this dude, I hate him. And then he had the fight with Volkan. I was like, originally I coped because I was at the event, and you know what? If you were in the arena, don't say I'm coping. If you were in the arena and not a licensed judge, you would have thought Volk won too. If you were anyone there that wasn't either Islam's corner or a judge, you fucking thought Volk won. That's just what that place was like. You thought Volk won. I thought Volk won. I went back and rewatched it afterwards. Obviously, Islam won that fight. So I coped initially. Then Islam fights him in the... Like, it's mostly not because I did... Like, I want this dude to beat Arman. I'm picking him against Arman. I want him to beat Arman. I would root for him to beat Gamrot. I'd root for him to beat Chandler. I'd root for him to beat, like, Dariush, these kind of guys. I really didn't even care. Like, I rooted for Poirier because it would have been fun, but like, I was not upset at that result. I was just upset with the Oliveira and Volk results. So it's less that I really dislike him. I've never called Islam boring. You'll never find a clip of me saying that. Insert Dricus Duplessis accent, which I can't do. But no, Islam's a great fighter. He's actually a funny dude too. He's got good personality. He's not just a fucking brick wall, just a fucking nothing like Ankalaev and the other ones. He's actually got some funny lines and stuff. So yeah, I actually don't mind Islam. He's obviously arguably the greatest lightweight of all time. I would say best is actually more of a... I think people automatically see the 29-0 and say Khabib's the greatest. I guarantee you, if Islam didn't have that loss way back to Martins or whatever, to Pantoja, people would actually be not opposed to call him the greatest. But you immediately say that someone who's not undefeated is greater than Khabib, and they're like, brother, you tripping. This is... I don't know why I said tripping. Brother, you mistaken. This is Khabib, 29-0, brother. The father's plan. He's the best. So yeah, Islam, I think, is arguably the most talented lightweight of all time. Arguably the most impressive lightweight of all time as well. Most well-rounded, definitely. So yeah, I think he's definitely up the top. His joint throne, he's like the... This is haram, brother. There's no gay couples in Dagestan. We send them to Canada. I just don't remember the clip of seeing what's his name. I think it was Kadirov or the other Donny. It was like, he asked him about gays in Dagestan. He's like, we don't have that here. We send them to Canada. Based. We need to start doing that elsewhere. Honestly, like, I know we call Canada soy. Just make them more soy. Just send any soys from US, from all these countries, send them all to Canada. So at least we can just isolate the soys all in one area. Don't know how I got there, but anyway, let's move on. Islam's top tier. Anyway, next fighter. Magomed Ankalaev, brother. This guy deserved title shot by fighting Aleksandar Rakic, brother. This is disgraceful. He deserved title shot. This is not Dagestani privilege. What are we talking about? Why are we not meant to get number one contender fight within 3 fights UFC? I don't know. I went off the accent a bit there. But Ankalaev, this dude, I fucking hate him. It's not even because he's that boring. Like, he's got some KOs, right? But like, he's just got no fucking personality. He was yapping, saying that Pereira need to fight him in Abu Dhabi. Tough luck, fuckhead. Now you're fighting Rakic, and you might lose, because low-key, I think Rakic is a good style matchup to beat him. I might still pick Ankalaev, but Rakic, low-key, got good shot. But this guy has good chance. He's a difficult opponent. But Rakic could beat him, but regardless, Ankalaev's very good, top-tier fighter. Not quite... No, I was arguably thinking of putting him in Baron or something like that, because he doesn't seem like the guy that's like the hallowed fucking Dagestani prospect. I think he's only got one loss to Paul Craig, but like, brother, this is embarrassing. You lost to a jiu-jitsu guy, brother. If Sambo was easy, it would be called jiu-jitsu. You can't lose to Paul Craig. But Ankalaev, very good fighter, but he just doesn't strike me as the dude who is sitting at the top of the fucking table with all the Daggy boys. Like, I feel like it's Islam, it's Khabib, it's Umar. I feel like Ankalaev's maybe like 4th or 5th like row down. You know, there's two people. Khabib sitting at the head of the table. Islam and Umar. Maybe Usman or Magomedov is in there. I just don't like Ankalaev. Gives me the vibe he'd be around the middle. He'd be like he'd be enforcing the table. That's just the vibe I get from Ankalaev. But let's move on to another fighter. Next up, another man exiled from the cliffs is Khamzat Chimaev. But I am not Dagestani. I'm Chechen, but I smash you. Khamzat. I kind of just did the same accent for all of them. Khamzat does sound a bit different, to be honest. But regardless, yeah, he's exiled from the cliffs. I mean, he was never really there to begin with. It's not like he trained in Dagestan, he's Chechen. But he dipped to Sweden, and he fucking dipped from Sweden to train in Abu Dhabi to become a fucking influencer and hang around with all the sheiks. So that's why I low-key think Whittaker could beat him. But Khamzat, you know, he's no longer in the cliffs. He's not difficult lifestyle, brother. You must sleepy, trainy, eaty. Like, he's sleepy, trainy, eaty, and then he's fucking film TikTok and get watch from Sheik. Like that's the Hamzat lifestyle now. So yeah, he's not sitting at the table, bro. He's in the back of the line. He's not even in the line, if you know what I'm saying. I don't even know what that fucking reference is. I just heard it once. Anyway, let's move on to another fighter. Saeed Nurmagomedov. I don't even think he trains with the Dagestanis, so I mean he could be an exiled, but I feel like he's still living the Cliff lifestyle. Still got the Nurmagomedov name, but again, this guy not count for Nurmagomedov legacy. We only count undefeated fighters. As soon as you lose that all, brother, you not count in this record. We only keep rare class, brother. Anyway, Saeed Nurmagomedov, very good fighter, but I feel like he's one of the barons. You know, he's not fully like in the he's not on the cliff top. He's kind of roaming around the outside. He's got his own little fucking shack off like about 1 kilometer west or some shit. You know, he's like just staring down the passerbys, just making sure no one goes up to the top of the cliff. I feel like they still respect him. You know, he still joins in for the yearly holidays and stuff. But I don't think he's with them all year round. He's got his own little farm down the bottom. He's got his own couple sheep. Maybe he's training with fucking, what's his name? I don't know. Someone else. Like Omar Manov or some shit. Or he's Dagestani, I think. But regardless, I don't know. He's just training with some other random cunt. Like, he's not... He don't train with the rest of them. He's got his own little shack off to the side, you know? What am I talking about? Why am I, like, trying to, like, imagine the geographical location and where everyone lives in Dagestan? Like, they all live in actual fucking houses. But it's just funny to imagine. Like, they all have one house on top of a fucking cliff, a big hut or whatever, and then, like, Saeed and some of the other ones. Like, the ones that aren't, like, exiled, but they don't really want to have them around, they give them their own little shacks off to the side. Anyway, let's move on to another fighter. Shamil Abdurahimov is definitely one of the brothers. He's not wrestling enough. I feel like they exiled him a little bit. They sent him off. He kind of dipped. I don't think he even trains in Dagestan, but regardless, I think he lives there still. Not like Hamzat, who completely dipped, but yeah, I feel like he's not quite as close geographically to them as like Saeed. I reckon he's like the guy that you get like, brother, we got message from Shara. He sent us message. We need to train. Brother, there is uprising there's uprising down south, brother. We need to check this out. Like, Shara might be like the messenger. Shara's the dude that like doesn't really communicate with them that much. But he's just off. Like, he's about 5-10 k's away. He's down in the next town over, not quite on the top of the cliff. You know, he sends a fucking message he sends a bird message, a pigeon message or some shit up to the fucking top of the cliff to deliver some information. Like, that's the vibe that Shara gives me. He's like that weird one-eyed Donnie that's just like, brother, you haven't talked about Shara in a while. Where's this guy been? Like, sometimes people just go and see, like, they walk past and be like, this is Shamil Abdurahimov, the one-eyed guy that does not wrestle because he's shit. He decided to turn into striker instead and disgrace Bloodline. Bloodline, I don't know. Regardless, fucking hell, let's move on. I'm so yapping in this video. Let's move on. Next up, we have Muslim Zalagov, brother. This guy is disgrace. This guy we threw off cliff long time ago, brother. How is he still alive? Muslim Zalagov, absolute peasant, bum ting. Yeah, absolute feel of a thing, yeah. Fucking, I saw his brother get sparked unconscious in another promotion. Muslim Zalakov, I don't even know he's fucking related to any of them or if he hangs out with them. But yeah, he's that Donnie, like, he's down the bottom of the fucking cliff. Like, he dipped ages ago. They sent him there, they're like, brother, this is disgraceful. Don't come back until you have at least 35-2 record, brother. It's like, Khabib, that is impossible. I've already lost 7 fights in Apex prelims. And they left him there, and he's just down at the bottom. They didn't full kick him out of the fucking country, didn't kick him out of the place, but they just sent him down just to the bottom of the cliff. He's got his own little hut there. Let's move on, though, to the next fighter. Next up, back to Princes of the Cliffs, Mzar Evlov. I know some retard in the comments are going to be like, actually, he's not Dagestani, he's like fucking English or some shit, whatever the fuck, Urgish, whatever the fuck, whatever his ethnicity is. Basically the same fucking thing. He doesn't look quite as similar to them. So maybe he's not here, maybe he's just that weird, like, guy that they stay in contact, but there's the different tribe, you know, when you see those like shows or the movies where there's the two tribes and occasionally they have some beefs. Maybe Mvzar's one of them ones, but I don't know, I'll include him on the video still for diversity reasons. Let's move on though to the next fighter. Next up we go to Zabit Magomedov. This dude was exiled a long time ago. They saw this dude and was like, brother, this guy is disgraceful. He still lose rounds sparring even when he eye-pokes sparring partners. Zabit Magomedov, they sent him to fucking Germany. They're like, brother, we fucking hate these guys. We send them over there and we have excuse to attack you when we raid Germany. But I don't know what I'm even fucking talking about anymore. Zabit Magomedov, absolute bum, shit fighter, left ages ago. was clearly not good enough to be with the Dagestanis. He's definitely exiled from the group. Let's move on though to another fighter. Next up, we go to Askar Askarov. This guy's one of the fucking barons. He's not like one of the big barons though, like one of the upper weight class guys like Mukanov or one of these dudes. He's one of the little fucking donnies that just runs around fucking yelling orders at people, and everyone's like, hey, shut the fuck up, bro. Like, no one really respects him. Everyone's like, brother, look, it's Askar Askarov, brother. Tell this guy to fuck off. He comes over, starts yapping. He's like the annoying little fucking cousin that starts yapping to you and starts asking to play, and then you just have to give him a fucking hip throw, and then, yeah, you just smush him into the canvas. Also, he's half fucking blind anyway. Or is he deaf? He's deaf. He's half deaf, so they definitely shit talk Askar behind his back. They're like, look, here goes Askar Askarov, brother. This guy look like fucking rat. This guy look like a rodent, brother. And then Askar just turns around and is like, brother, you say something? And then they just do some fucking sign language or some shit. Like, I don't know. They do some sign language and tell him to fuck off. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, let's move on to another fighter. Next up, we go to another brother. It's Ikram Aleksandar, brother. This guy lost to Hamza Chimaev. He lost to Robert Whittaker. This is unacceptable, brother. You cannot have more than one loss. One loss, we accept. Islam Makhachev, he sit at the top of the table. But you lost to two fighters. You disgrace. I don't know. Ikram, he seems like that dude that's just like, he's not quite on the Abu Bakr level where he's just an absolute embarrassment to the fucking bloodline, but like he just can't win the big one. He's not quite at that level. He's just they're like, brother, we have to keep you in gym. You do forward rolls. You practice wrestling dummy for like at least 1 year, and then maybe we put you in number one contender fight again. Like, you already know Ikram's next fight's gonna be fucking Jared Cannonier, and he's gonna lose by TKO, and then he's gonna be like, all right, we'll give him a step down. He can fight Chris Curtis now. Like, they're never gonna give this dude like an easy fight. I swear, they're just gonna like keep on. Brother, we expect you to be good. You have to beat top 5 opponent. Umar did it, brother. He never beat ranked opponents before. Already beat Corey Sandhagen. That's what they're gonna do with Ikram. Anyway, let's move on to these expressions. I haven't listened to them back. These might be absolute horror. They might be half decent. I'm not sure. Brother, we're not sure about this. Someone have to check this. Let's move on though to another fighter. Next up, Shamil Abdurahimov. This guy, fat fuck, brother. Who let this guy in the family? This dude is like the fat fucking sheep farmer that just lives down in his own little fucking hut with a little cabbage patch out the front. This dude, like, no one really wants to go near Shamil. He's just a big grumpy grump. Maybe Gaziev roams down there a couple times and has a fucking burger with him, has a goat sandwich with him or something like that. They're like, brother, this goat was meant for you to fuck, not for eat, brother, you fat fuck. Oh my, what am I saying? But anyway, yeah, Shamil Abdurahimov, brother, this guy been TKO'd at least 5 times, so this is embarrassing. So yeah, disgraceful stuff. Yeah, he's the old fucking grumpy farmer that no one fucking really talks about, no one really likes that much, and he goes and just lives in his fucking chair out the front of his cabbage patch and just spectates all of them wrestling at the top of the cliff. And then he's like, brother, I wish I could join in, but they throw me off last time, brother. I lost 3 ribs. I had to fucking sit on IV I had to be in hospital for 2 months, but I lost 20 pounds. I was no longer fat. Somebody have to check this. We have to gain back weight. I don't know what I'm talking about. Shamil Abdurahimov is a fat fucking nobody. Definitely a peasant. Let's move on though to the next fighter. Zabit Magomedov, brother. This guy, biggest what if in UFC history. I tell you, this guy would be featherweight champion with 7 title defenses if all title fights were 3 rounds, brother. We have to start. Everybody know this. I fight for money, he fight for legacy. Inshallah. I don't know what I was doing at the end there, but no, Zabit, definitely one of the princes of the Dagestan family. I don't even know if he's like, I don't think he's related to them. He's obviously just Dagestani in general. I don't even think he trains with the Abdul Manap team. Maybe he does. I fucking don't know. But I feel like this dude's fucking royalty in Dagestan. Like, maybe he's obviously he's not related to Abdul Manap, but like, he's the fucking long lost like son or whatever. He's the prince from like that lives in another part of the thing. Like, he's part of the family, but he lives in another place, and he's done his striking. She's like, you guys all inbred, brother? I tell you, I strike. Like, I actually good fighter on feet, but I not need to sniff crotch for 3 rounds. No, Zabit, very good though. I feel like this dude's royalty in Dagestan. This guy walks down the street and everyone's like, oh my god, brother, his biggest what if in UFC history, brother. This guy would have beat Volkanovski in fight was 3 rounds. Like, Zabit, I think he was kind of overrated. Skillful, great, right? But fuck all cardio. And honestly, like, Rogan was like, you fought Kyle Bochniak, man. And people forget, man, Kyle Bochniak is a savage. Kyle Bochniak is a fucking unranked featherweight, bro. He's not good. He just pushed a pace on him at the end and started screaming in his face and bitched Zabit at the end of the fight. Like, it was cool, but I don't know. It was like, bro, they literally had to fucking main event him and Cater for 3 rounds because this guy's not going 5. Cater bitched him at the end of the, bitched him in the third, beat him up. If that fight was 5 rounds, he literally loses 48-47. So yeah, all gets finished in the later rounds. Like, he's sick fighter, right? I'm not trying to hate on Zabit, but everyone acting like this guy would have been champion, but I promise. Like, he ain't all that. He's very good. I think he could beat a lot of guys, but I don't think he beats Holloway. I don't think he beats Volk. He wouldn't beat Ilya modern day. Like, he's not beating some of these guys. So, yeah. Anyway, let's move on to another fighter. Let's move on to the next fight, brother. Nassourdine Imavov. Oh, bonjour, je m'appelle, je parle français, left Dagestan, go to fancy striking gym in left Paris. I don't know what I'm fucking talking about. J'avions fucking balebadou. I'm just like, no, this is not a good fight for me. Immediately, I just go back to, I was trying to do like a French Dagestani. Instead, I just go back to my auto Cyril gun. No, this is not a good matchup for me. I need to fight for a title shot. No fight down in the rankings. No makes sense. I don't know. Imavov, though, I actually really like Imavov. He's one of my favorite middleweights on the roster right now. I actually like him too. He's got a bit of an attitude, which I kind of like. Like, sometimes some of them are just a bit annoying. But no, this dude's got some flair to him a bit. He's actually got a cool style. Got the grappling, more of a striker though. But yeah, exile to Dagestan, like, brother, we send you to France. They send you to Land of Soys. Hopefully, if you're any good, you will stay undefeated and you come back here when you're undefeated. We claim credit for all of your success, brother. Like, I don't know, Imavov, yeah, they shipped him off to France. He went and trained striking. Like, brother, this guy disappointment. I thought you were going to teach entire nation of France how to grapple. These guys have no takedown defense, brother. It's disappointment. Anyway, let's move on to another fighter. I'm having so much fun with this video. I hope you guys are enjoying it. But yeah, let's move on. Omar Manov. People forget, man. Omar Manov. This dude was a savage in his prime. He beat the crop of guys at middleweight, man. I don't fucking know who this dude is. I mean, I do know who he is, but I didn't really watch the sport too much back then. Like, I'm 17 if you guys don't know. Sorry that I wasn't fucking alive to witness Omar Manov. Like, I know he fought before then, or after then, sorry. But like, yeah, I don't know. I know he's beat some good guys. He beat some good middleweights. He lost to a bunch of guys too. So yeah, we disown this guy, brother. You have more than one loss. You're not accepted in the family. So yeah, this dude, Omar Manov, had some really good wins back in the heyday, of course. Can I name them? Sure, I can. Anyway, let's move on to the next fighter. Next up, brother, we move to Rinat Fraketinov. This dude is brother. I don't even fucking know if Rinat is Dagestani or not, but he looks Dagestani. He's got a real fucking weird beard. I don't know. I don't think he's Dagestani. He might be the same as Mzar. He looks more similar to Mzar than he does to the other Donnies. But again, he's living down in the little fucking hut with Mzar. He's living out Mvzar's got the bigger hut. I feel like the Dagestanis provide all the infrastructure. They're like, we not want to have you up here on the cliffs, brother, but we build you a house and you stay away. Like, they built Mvzar a bigger hut and then they built him just a little shack off to the side. Because he's like, Mvzar, brother, can I please tag along? I don't want to have to live with Muslim Salikov. And then they're like, okay, brother, we build you a hut. We build you a separate house. So this dude's got a little fucking one-room hut with a fucking, like a hose. He's got like a well. He's got a little well out the side of his fucking house, and they're like, you fend for yourself, brother. You have to catch food. I don't know, but anyway, let's move on. I love how I'm just like imagining these dudes living the most primal fucking, like, going out hunting vegetables in a fucking cabbage patch lifestyle on the edge of a cliff. Like, I just looked up Dagestan and the first fucking image was just like a desolate fucking cliff, and I was like, yes, this is exactly how I imagine these guys living. But anyway, let's move on to the next fighter. Lastly, we've got Tagir Ulanbekov. This dude's the runt of the fucking litter. Brother, you cannot lose to Tim Elliott. We kick you out of family immediately, brother. I remember just the clip of Khabib watching that fight, just screaming his head off. Even though Tim Elliott cheated his ass off, like, brother, you cannot be losing to fucking 27-19 Tim Elliott. Like, this is embarrassing. I don't know. Tagir, he's missing weight, so I mean, they do respect him for that. It's like, brother, this is plus 10 order, brother. You miss weight, we give you your own house, brother. You no longer have to sleep on hay in barn. Like, I don't know. They give you credit for missing weight in Dagestan. It's like a social credit score in Dagestan. Like, brother, congratulations, you miss weight, here you go. Like, I don't know. Brother, you get 14 minutes, 50 seconds of control time in 15-minute fight. Here you go, brother. You get your own house for the weekend. Anyway, Tagir Ulanbekov, he's a solid fighter, but yeah, I just feel like they don't respect the flyweight guys. I feel like Umar's like the lowest weight dude they accept. Umar's like the guy that some of the bigger dudes, like the Shamil Gazievs and stuff, the bigger, like the Mukanovs, they're like, brother, this is Umar, he's a small guy, why we respect him? And then Khabib's like, brother, he's undefeated. So I feel like some of the dudes probably don't respect Umar too much, but then Khabib kind of puts him in line. It's like, brother, you have to respect undefeated fighter, brother. You guys are bums. You're 26-9. Anyway, that's the end of the video, guys. I had a real fun time recording. This is a good laugh. If you didn't fucking enjoy this video, you got no sense of humor. This was funny as fuck. I don't care what you guys' opinion was. But yeah, let me know in the comments. Do you agree with my ranking? Yeah. Peace out, guys.